morning, everybody. How you doing? This is Jimmy Roberts with Renaissance Appraisal, and as promised, I am back today on Monday. What is today? Today is Monday, August 26th, and we're going to get it popping today. Uh, Over the weekend, I had a great opportunity to really reflect and think about a few things, not just about some recent events, but also some things that have some lessons that have kind of kicked in that I've been reminded of over the last probably several months, actually. Um, and to be honest with you, it all kind of solidified for me, kind of like last night when the word that came to mind was integrity. Now, as you can see in the description, I give the definition of integrity as defined by my source of anything good and useful, Google, and they define integrity simply as, let me read it here, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Now, that's a lot. That is a mouthful right there. And I know, at least myself, I kind of gloss over a lot of that stuff, right? You think if you're in a person of integrity, you're honest and you have strong moral principles. A couple of things about that, though. Uh, and I thought about this actually. The first time I really started thinking about this was actually with our second Bush president. That's right. Uh, George Bush, the second there, or George W. Bush. And one of the things that I can honestly say, in my personal opinion, I believe that he was a man of integrity as defined by this definition. I don't necessarily agree with some of his policies, but he truly believed them. And yeah, I mean, you can say what you want, but you can't say that he was working to be anybody other than who he was. That is an amazing quality. You think that's something that's so simple and so simple and so basic, but to be quite frank, most people don't do that. Most people kind of conform to the situation and they try to do the best they can to navigate whatever situation that they're in. And they use kind of what I call situational ethics. And, that's fine. I'm not here to judge. I'm just calling it like I see it. Now, how does that relate to integrity and me personally, or you, or your children? Because in my soliloquies, I oftentimes like to be more than talk more about just about real estate and appraising, but also talk about life because I'm living and so are you. So I think it's a good thing to do. So as you can tell by the title, I want to talk about some of the backsides, some of the downsides of having integrity because there are consequences. We saw those consequences. Actually, President Bush saw some of those consequences, right? When he acted in what he believes was the best manner he got harangued for it. He did. That's not me guessing. That is what happened. Um, in the appraisal industry, how does this work? As an appraiser, I can tell you honestly that there are many folk that I come in contact with on a daily basis that have the opportunity to open up the checkbook and really make our company prosper really well. However, if I were, oftentimes those things come with strings. They come with subtle pressures, such as, "Hey, Jimmy, every house in this neighborhood is selling for $100,000, but we got this contract and we got this loan that we want to make for 125. Can't I don't understand why you can't make that happen." It never is quite as obvious as that. Not exactly, but it's getting damn close. I would say that. Integrity is from an appraisal standpoint. When I happen to be working with, say, a couple that is divorcing, and I'm working with one client and the other, and you hear stuff like, "Well, I want the appraisal to be as low as possible because I don't want to give her anything." Now, as an appraiser, I have an option. As in both of these situations, I have an option. Um, I can go along to get along, i.e., I can do what my clients are asking me to do, or I can choose not to have them as clients. I choose the latter. Yeah, that's right. I choose the latter. I make it clear, especially with my private clients, that whatever the value is, the value is. I don't make it up. It is what it is. I tell my lending clients the same thing. Some of them, and not some, most of them are absolutely okay with that. But again, there's a certain subset that is not. So we don't work together. It's just the way it is. Now, what does that mean for me personally? What that means for me personally is, maybe our company isn't doing 50 or 60 appraisals a month. Maybe we're doing 40. Now you're probably saying, what's the difference between those two? Significant. Trust me. Right? that additional 10 to 15 appraisals a month can make the difference between easily, heading down to Disney World for the end of the year, or, having a staycation. It's the difference between bringing on another team member or sweating it out by yourself and the folks that we got. I mean, those are real world consequences for decisions that I get to make. Okay. And these are just some quick things that I get to do. Now, I'm sure in your own life, you're dealing with very similar situations where, you can either be the person of integrity or you can go on to get along. And let's be honest, sometimes having integrity can be a real pain in the butt. It can be. But at the end of the day, at least for me anyway, at the end of the day, I know this. I know at the end of the day, I may be a little pissed off, maybe a little bit annoyed, but I'm annoyed and pissed off because of something that I did, not because I went along to acquiesce to some undue pressure. So I hope this helps you, especially as we're heading into the school year, because let's be honest, our kids, not just your kids, my kids also are going to have some opportunities to kind of sham. They're going to have some opportunities to cheat. They're going to have some opportunities to do some stuff sideways. But hopefully, the way you were raising them, we're going to raise them to choose the other path. Maybe it's a little bit more difficult, but in the long run, I personally think it's better to be a person of integrity than just the other person. All right, take that for whatever it's worth, and happy Monday. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Take it easy. Bye.